Hey there guys, so I just wanted to film a little something here and tell you about an interesting story that happened to me just last night. So my lady friend and I, right, we were out shopping and we decided to make a quick stop into Barnes & Noble to look around the bookstore. So we go into Barnes & Noble, look around the bookstore, and they announce over the intercom that the place is closing in a few minutes. So we go, okay, why don't we leave? And as we're walking out the door, I spot the magazine rack. And since we had a few minutes before they closed, I say, let's go make fun of all the magazines, right? Because that's one of my favorite pastimes. See what kind of BS they're spewing in Pop Sci or Popular Mechanics. So we walk over to the magazine rack, and I spot a very specific magazine that I wanted to share with you guys, and it was called Skeptic. Here's a picture of it right here, and you can see on the cover it says Artificial Intelligence, the Rise of the Alt-Right, Area 51, Chemtrails, right? Just look at this. It's literally a magazine called Skeptic. So I flip it open, I start going through the pages, I check out what they had to say about Area 51, right? Because automatically I knew this magazine was going to be a bunch of bullshit. So I see what they have to say about Area 51. And of course, they were saying it's just a bunch of speculation, there's nothing to it, There might have been a few classified projects at this installation, but nothing more than that, right? It's a quick blurb on that. So I chuckle it off, and I keep searching through the magazine, and then I get to chemtrails, and I see what they had to say about chemtrails. And of course, right, they're saying that it's just persistent contrails, and the EPA has debunked this crazy, wild conspiracy theory of chemtrails, even though there is a big difference between chemtrails and geoengineering, right? And I'll quote Dane Wigington here, who I got this idea from, but there's a very specific reason that the media and the powers that be call it chemtrails as opposed to geoengineering, because geoengineering is the scientific term. So they can say chemtrails are fake and they're telling the truth. But if they say geoengineering is fake, well then they wouldn't be telling the truth. Do you see? So with that easy nomenclature mix up there, they can spread a bunch of misinformation and not technically be lying to us. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. But my point being here is that this magazine called Skeptic, which was not skeptical at all, right? True, natural, healthy skepticism is not being too closed-minded, but not being too open-minded, right? You're right in the middle. Your mind's like a parachute, only works if it's open, but you don't want it to be so open that your brain falls out. So that's a healthy skepticism, or a healthy balance between closed and open-mindedness, right? This kind of skepticism is rigid skepticism. It's the kind of skepticism where you're so ensconced in your belief systems that you can't accept any new or true facts or informations into those belief systems. So this magazine here, which, is blatant propaganda, is front and center at Barnes & Noble. What does that mean? That means the powers that be are so desperate to quell this conscious awakening going on that they are calling a magazine Skeptic. And, as a sub-headline of the magazine, it literally says, like, promoting science. It's awful. And they're placing this front and center at Barnes & Noble, okay? I want to tell you how excited I actually got seeing this, because that means they are getting backed into such a corner that they have to resort to magazines called Skeptic, right? How awesome is that? How fantastic is it to be living at this moment in time where we are seeing this conscious awakening occur to a point where it's literally burning down the old systems, and we're seeing it right before our eyes. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I see a lot of people out there who are getting very negative. They're thinking that there's no awakening occurring. They're thinking that, humanity has no chance, that we're all basically doomed to fail, per se, and our Earth is just gonna burn into oblivion or something to that effect. But I don't see that, right? I see the powers that be very well failing. I see a lot of people around us starting to question, starting to talk about topics that they were scared to talk about even 3-4 years ago, who are starting to get it, right? And this is just an example of that. So I want to share that with you guys, and also, let you know that I haven't been doing quite as many videos lately because I've been working on various ebooks and video courses that'll be up very soon, but we all have to do our part to help in this conscious awakening that's going on. So keep talking to your friends and family about what's really going on. Don't have any fear in talking about these important subjects, and keep checking back in because you know that I'll be mouthing off about them all. Done.